Hey, how y'all doing out there? This is Easy Work with Boxing. Somebody hit you everywhere but under your feet with this one. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. How y'all doing out there? I got to go in about a situation what's going on with Mr. Manny Pacquiao. I didn't know this was really going on. I got to tell y'all, the WBA, they really did Manny Pacquiao wrong. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know what I know now from reading and researching on his article, and I understand differently. But they really played your boy Manny Pacquiao, man. They really played it. One thing I forgot is that, Manny Pacquiao fought Lucas Matisse, beat him. I guess that's when he took the WBA regular title from Lucas Matisse. Then he defended the WBA regular title against Adrian Broner. After he defended that, he went and beat the super champion, Keith Thurman. Went and beat the super champion, Keith Thurman. He became the WBA super welterweight champion. Now, after this time, man, after 2-year span, COVID, all that came, Manny Pacquiao paying sanctioning fees to the WBA. He paying sanctioning fees to these people. His manager say, they look up on the internet, they didn't call Manny Pacquiao, they didn't send him an email, they didn't call his manager. The next thing they know, Manny Pacquiao is a champion in recess. And then the next thing you know, the belt is given to your Dennis Ugas. And your Dennis Ugas didn't fight for that title. Now, y'all know I made a video about that, and I bitched and I moaned, and I said a lot of things about Yordenis Ugas because I liked his come from rag to riches story, and I was very happy that he had that title. But now to hear how the WBA is basically just running around trying to get sanctioning fees or get money, I have to really feel for what they tried to do and play with Manny Pacquiao. That was very wrong with him. He defended his title. He took it from Lucas Matisse. He defended against Adrian Broner. Then he went and beat Keith Thurman, the super champion. Now, the thing that really bothered me the most was the fact when they mentioned that when Keith Thurman was off for 2 years, they never even called Keith Thurman and said anything about stripping him. They didn't put Keith Thurman in a champion in recess. And this was the time when Keith Thurman actually put up the WBC title. He relinquished the title because he had been out for so long. So it got to make you wonder, what's the difference between Manny Pacquiao and Keith Thurman? Why would you go and take the title from from Manny Pacquiao for 2 years or not fight, but you didn't do it to Keith Thurman? I said the same thing about Yordenis Ugas. What about the sanctioning fees? If Yordenis Ugas is paying sanctioning fees and they take it from Yordenis, that's not right. They need to give him his money back. Well, guess what, WBA? You need to give Manny Pacquiao his damn money back too. You need to give him his money back too. Manny Pacquiao, I take that back there. I take that back about that video. Manny Pacquiao deserves the WBA title. He deserves that title. That is his title. Sometimes you just have to be a man and come back and when you're wrong because certain things you don't know about, but when you see it and you understand it, he deserves that title. Yordenis didn't fight for it. I was just happy to see Yordenis Ugas, walk around with a strap and, coming from Cuba, the things he had to go through, I was very happy for him. But I couldn't be a man if I didn't come out and say, hey, I'm not happy with what they did to Manny Pacquiao either. You just put Manny's title. What's up, Kush Ray? How you doing?
What's up, bro?
What's going
Yeah,
on?
I was hearing you chop it up about Manny and the belt. But I wanted to get your complete angle on it before I even chimed in.
Yeah. Go ahead.
But as far as like my opinion on it, I feel that they stripped Manny because Manny, nobody can really get at Manny about who he choose to fight and when he choose to fight him. Manny is a legend. But in the same token, Manny wasn't entertaining fighting a real fighter. Well, not a real boxer. He was entertaining fighting Conor McGregor. And until Conor McGregor lost to Dustin Poirier, it seemed like that was the plan.
I can agree with you. You're right. Once they went to mentioning anything about Conor McGregor, then that's when the stripping and champion
Yeah. When
started.
Conor lost, it seemed like it threw a wrench in the game. And then Manny had to find another fight that would be that lucrative for him, because I think that Manny Pacquiao got a target number that he wants right now at this particular time.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
and he went to everybody, and he found who would get him that money. He lost the belt in the process because he went away from boxing for a minute. He wanted to fight McGregor.
Thank y'all all for watching. You know, I thank you all for tuning in. Hold on, I gotta read this comment. Wait a minute. Keith got his WBC title taken away for inactivity. They never gave him a chance to get the belt back. What's the difference? But Keith would know. But I'm not talking about the WBC title. What I'm talking about is the fact that Keith had that same WBA super title. And he was inactive for about the same amount of time that Manny Pacquiao was, but they never took the belt from him.
Now,
They never
with that belt that they have.
Hold up. They never took the belt from him. They never called him. They never stripped him or anything. He was just inactive. Now the WBC let Keith Thurman know, like, hey, you need to come on with it, or you need to let that belt go. Yeah. But what I'm saying is, the reason I'm mentioning it is, what's the difference between Keith Thurman and Manny Pacquiao? Why would y'all go on with Manny? But a good fact that you just brought up, Kush, is the fact that once Conor McGregor started coming out in exhibition matches, the WBA was like, no, we need this money. Fuck who you go and fight Conor McGregor. You better have that sanctioning fee money.
Yeah. They checked it.
They were like some dope boys in the street. They said, hell no. You better go, Manny Pacquiao. You better get this WBA sanctioning fee money. Ain't no going to fight no Conor McGregor. So you right about that, bro. As soon as they did that, next thing you know, he coming out saying he gonna fight Spencer Crawford.
That still leaves the question to why he's up there on the podium yesterday with that belt. And it's like, it's like Manny Pacquiao still believes that he's gonna be elevated again.
No, basically, I gotta read this little part to you about what his promoter or his manager say. Okay, this is what Manny is. The president of, I guess, Manny Pacquiao Promotion says, Sean Gibbons said, I can tell you that Manny didn't receive due process and respect, said Sean Gibbons, president of Manny Pacquiao Promotions. It took 2 years to get the world title belt he held inside the ring by beating the undefeated super champion Keith Thurman. Hell, Manny only received that belt on Saturday. So he's saying that the belt that he beat Keith Thurman for, that he only got it this Saturday, which is why we seen it at the press conference. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's even more fucked up.
Yeah, because he never even really received his real belt.
You stripping me of a belt that I ain't never even fucking had.
That's crazy.
That I'm paying sanctioning fees for though.
You know what this seemed like, Easy? It seemed like Manny Pacquiao really want his belt back, and he really want to be undisputed. That's what it's starting to seem like.
And this is also what they were saying about the Keith Thurman situation. And speaking of Keith Thurman, the WBA had no concern about his lack of inactivity when he went over 22 months between title defenses between Danny Garcia, March 4th, 2017, and Josito Lopez on January 26th, 2019. Yeah.
They never placed him in recess.
They never did it. So what's going on what's the beef with Manny Pacquiao?
Well, I remember at the time that the reason that they allowed him to go the extended time and put him in recess was because of the COVID, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was their original excuse for allowing him to be champ at recess. The only question that I ever had about him being champ at recess was, okay, when he comes out of recess, how does he go about getting his belt back? Does he have to fight for it again? Does he have to fight Ugas? You know what I mean? That's the part that's really confusing.
Yeah.
They left him like hanging
But
because they placed him in recess. So it's their due process, I feel, to
it's just simply that the WBA is just money hungry.
Yeah, for sure.
They don't give a fuck if you earned it or not. If you ain't going out there and you ain't fighting, we gonna pass this belt around. We gonna get our money. You need to come on back to the sport of boxing and pay us our fees, man.
Yeah. The sanctioning bodies, they rip these fighters.
Just think about IBL. When Sean Porter lost to KO Brook, Sean Porter wasn't even in the damn top 10 of the IBL rankings. I don't know what happened. What was his situation with the IBL? But after he lost to KO Brook, he wasn't even in the top 10. His dad there's a video of his dad talking about this. I don't know what happened, why, but just think about it. Sean Porter, he got a mandatory due to the WBC title. The WBC title. He became number one to fight for that title.
These rankings are kind of funny. I was confused to how Sean Porter got placed into the number one WBO ranking in the first place for beating that Formella guy. I was confused about that. Like, how did he just get propelled there? I think that it was some orchestrating going on behind the scenes between these highly powerful promoter guys that put Sean Porter into that heated position. I don't think that was at his will or the PBC. I don't think that was the PBC's doing. They were trying to push. They were trying to put Sean Porter in that heated position.
People don't even know who the hell Formella is. He just came out of nowhere and Sean Porter fought.
Yeah, like how did that put him, number one in the WBO? Like I didn't understand that.
I'm sure Formella wasn't number one in the WBO.
Hell no, he's not even ranked.
They just show you the politics. But if you watch the Mike Tyson missing rounds, that tells you the story of how they do all this shit. They just make a dude come up out of nowhere and say he's 30-0, and this dude ain't know. He been working at Outback 15 years. Well, he been working at AutoZone. And now he got a 30-2 loss record. And he be like, where the hell he come from? But
that's because they try to put a image on these fighters to build them up. It's so fake.
Let me read this comment. Manny was clout chasing fights throughout the pandemic with Ryan Garcia.
I mean, look at Barrios. I felt weird about Tank fighting Barrios.
Anybody to be active.
How Tank gonna fight the guy who they scouted? They scouted him because Barrios was on Tank's undercard in Leo fight.
I've been told him that, bro.
He was on the undercard. Like they scouted him. That's why I knew that fight was gonna be. It was gonna be the way it was.
Manny Pacquiao was chasing. Yeah, I could say Manny Pacquiao was chasing a lot of fights. He was fucking the world up at one point. Like he mentioned, Kush the Greatest mentioned a minute ago. He was talking about fighting Conor McGregor, exhibition matches with Ryan Garcia. He went from Crawford to Spence to Michael Garcia. At the end of the day, I'm just happy he made his decision. Whether he chose either one of them, Crawford, Spence. It's gonna be a great fight coming up. August 21st, and that's all I'm worried about. Let's get these belts in line. Let's get this undisputed shit going. That's all I'm focused on. But yeah, he was showing his ass and he was playing with people.
It was like make a decision or retire.
It's basically just looking like he want a money grab real quick. He want a big money grab. You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. But the thing with the belts though, that's what makes me think like it's more to it.
You mean like he's trying to pass the torch to Errol?
I think that the PBC has they meetings and they ways of orchestrating things over there, and it's meant for Earl to get all them belts.
I don't know, but when people say that, when y'all keep saying like, and I can understand where you come from. Trust me, I understand. Like you saying, basically they're trying to pass the torch to Errol or Manny Pacquiao finna retire. So when it's time to fight Crawford, but people got Crawford gonna be gone from Bob Arum. Hopefully by the time this over with, October is what, just 2 more months away. So Errol ain't gonna have another fight lined up before October. So we could still possibly see if he go over there with Al Heyman and see if we get the fight.
Yeah, I don't doubt that Bud could potentially go there. My fears, like I said yesterday, was that he goes there and then it's still bad.
And I'm hoping that's exactly why I'm hoping that Bud goes over there.
But still, even if you go there and it's bad, if he gets some of the fights,
hold on.
then shit.
That's exactly why I'm happy that he's going over there to the PBC. Hopefully, if that's his decision, so it can literally show people that the fighters make their decisions on who they're going to fight. It's a lot of people going around and thinking that fighters don't have any decisions on who they fight. They get the contracts. Why is it that when they sign the easy when the easy fights come, this contract signed, but when you're going against that 50% chance of losing, oh, now it's difficulties and this can't happen and he'll cross the street and his manager don't treat him right. He ain't never been on pay-per-view. He don't make the money that I have. It's all bullshit. So I'm hoping that he go over there and then they can literally see that even if he's still with Al Heyman, who gonna sign the contract?
Yeah, put the pressure on him, right? That's how I feel.
That's why personally I believe after this fight, I've been saying it for a minute and I believe it. If Errol Spence wins this fight, if he wins this fight, he will no longer be at 147. He will move up. He will not fight Terrence Crawford.
I believe that's what's gonna happen. I wish Bud would just like, man, pull up to this dude's house in a bus with the megaphone and shit like Ali, man.
I mean, look at Spence. If y'all watched the press conference the other day, just look. I'm talking for real. This is no bias talk, no nothing. People be saying bias. Look at his face when the camera is up there to him. Errol Spence is not at 147 right now.
No way.
He's not at 147 right now. And look how he looks now. Imagine how he looks now in August. Let's say August the 12th, August the 13th. He's going to be drained.
He'll be skin and bone.
Skin and bones.
He'll be skin and bone.
I mean, I'm just saying, did you see his face? You seen his face, right?
Oh, yeah. I know all of Spence's phases. I seen him extra fat, chubby. I seen him where he's at right now.
And at the most, it looked like he had 158 right now.
You remember that interview he had before the presser, the last fight where he was sitting next to Jarek James talking about he was a boxing motherfucker? He was skin and bone.
Who that?
Spence. He was skin and bone right before the fight because he have to really drain himself.
Because he's too big to be at 147.
It ain't even just about him being fat. It's just that he's just too big of a dude.
He's supposed to be at either 160 or 168.
He trying to wait for Jamel to go undisputed, drop them belts.
I wouldn't say 168.
Move up.
No, Jamel. Now, see, I hope that Jamel would go relinquish his titles and move up to 160 because I know Jamel was the brother who was finna fight Demetrius Andrade anyway before the management situations and all them problems, or people have different stories, different opinions, but you know, he was gonna be the fighter, the Charlo brother that fought Demetrius Andrade first. Yeah. If I ain't mistaken, it was Jamel. So I would love for him to move up to 160 and see if he eager to go and get another title and fight Demetrius Andrade because it's obvious Jamal ain't gonna do it.
Yeah, Jamal is the one that don't fight everybody.
The Jamal fighting goddamn mechanics and shit.
That's why his brother be getting all agitated and exposing him on YouTube and stuff.
Man, he fighting grocery stores, the butchers and shit.
Because if you think about it, Jamal's supposed to be on code, whereas with, as they say, with Jamel and Spence. He's supposed to be moving up. He's not on track. I don't know, man. Like these dudes, the PBC fighters. I just don't like how they
Hey,
moved.
this is a good point by MR. I like this MR. You said something that I think is factual. Errol Spence camps are just cut camps. And another fighter, I think that Sean Porter camps are too. He
Oh
always
yeah,
be in the hydrogen,
running in the desert.
running in the desert, and you need
Yeah,
to be perfecting other stuff. Defense. Stop going there with headbutting. He be headbutting too. I don't know why
yeah.
people don't act like Sean Porter. I
shadow
love Sean
boxing.
Porter. You a
do
hell
do shit like that.
you a hell of a fighter, Sean Porter. But I see how you be swinging that head in there. I notice how you swing your head in them fights, bro.
That's why Spence started hitting him in his nuts over and over and over. Spence said, "Oh, you want to fight like that?"
I got you. But some of them, I think, was due to the height difference. But then some other shots, you really seen like Spence.
Yeah, it was pretty low.
Yeah, you know that's a low blow, bro. Come on,
man. Yeah.
So you better
I
not
think
low blow,
that Sean
man.
could beat him if they fight again. I think that Sean could beat him right now.
See, the difference is this. A lot of people ain't even talking about this and paying attention to this, but this is Manny Pacquiao. Don't y'all know? Judges going. He's the A side. Judges and everything is gonna be rolling for Manny Pacquiao. This is household name Manny Pacquiao, not boxing superstar Errol Spence. Like Errol Spence is a boxing superstar. Manny Pacquiao, everybody and they mama them. Everybody and they mama them know Manny Pacquiao now. Even if they never saw him fight. They're like, oh, this the dude Floyd fought. Or some shit like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody know Manny Pacquiao now.
They better go check out a poll of who people really think is gonna win. Really think, not just a little biased LDBC poll, a real poll of the world.
Man, just because they black or fight a black, you got to go with them because they black. I don't do that.
I can't stand that. I go with fighters based on skill and ability.
It's not because I don't like what Errol Spence is doing. Well, no, that's really the main reason. I don't like what he's doing with the belts. I think that he's running away from Terrence Crawford, and I would love to see nothing more than a fighter like Manny Pacquiao just take the belt away. I would love to see Manny Pacquiao take the belt away.
Wouldn't that force a lot of shit to happen? Don't you think?
We will stop getting this across the street talk. We will stop getting this.
When you ain't got no belt, you ain't got all that leverage.
But then I don't even want Terrence to fight him then, because when a fighter lose their confidence down, they probably won't admit it, But once you lose, you're like, damn, I wouldn't want.
Can't get it back, huh?
And the fight ain't gonna be the same anymore. It's not gonna be the same. So no, I wouldn't want him to go out there. But I would love to see Manny Pacquiao beat him, but that's not why I'm picking Manny Pacquiao.
You say that, but you really want the fight to happen by all means.
Yeah, I want the fight to happen by all means, but I just think that Manny Pacquiao, his footwork, his speed, by Errol Spence, I know that the best time to catch Errol Spence is when he's opening up. I think Manny Pacquiao's size, his short, the fact that he's short, he throws multiple punches, he can catch Errol Spence.
Manny Pacquiao is way slicker than people give him credit for.
Man, like I just mentioned in my last video earlier when we was talking about debating about it. This is the same Manny Pacquiao that just beat Keith Thurman, one of my favorite fighters, my favorite fighter actually. Manny Pacquiao gave, in my opinion, the GOAT, TBE, the hardest fight of his life. He said this himself. Errol Spence is nowhere near a Floyd Mayweather, especially in smarts and as being defensive. And people, please stop bringing up this goddamn sparring match between Mayweather and Errol Spence.
That is annoying.
And I get sick and I get so sick and tired. Yes, okay, Errol Spence blacked his eye. Okay, he caught Floyd with a good shot. Y'all act like he beat Floyd Mayweather up under somebody's car. Like they had to pull Floyd Mayweather from up under a Lamborghini and he had a black eye. Come on, man. It was sparring. He caught him with a good shot, okay. That ain't got nothing to do with him being a better fighter than Floyd Mayweather. Please get that out your mind. Errol Spence was chosen because he's going to stand there and fight. Terrence Crawford was not chosen because he can fight just like Floyd Mayweather. He's not going to go in there and be trying to rock a sock'em robot with Manny Pacquiao. That's why he was not picked.
I wonder why. I wonder why Floyd and these guys didn't just sign Bud off the top. Is it because he didn't? Well, he competed in the Olympics, but he didn't win. Is that why? I mean, I don't understand. Like, why didn't they take the opportunity early on instead of him having to be a sparring partner for Timothy Bradley and go? You know what I mean? Why do you have to go that route? If they wanted to sign him in the first place, why didn't they do it?
Well, I think it was actually to the fact that Bob Arum actually asked Mikey Garcia, who's a good fighter, that he can sign. And Mikey Garcia told him it was a guy from the amateurs named Terrence Crawford he used to fight. He's a good guy to go and pick it. And that's how Bob Arum went up signed him.
Yeah.
I think probably if Floyd Mayweather and them would have seen Terrence or knew of Terrence, which they probably have, but certain situations, egos, or Terrence, certain things behind the scene, they just ain't meet up. But Bob Arum was there to offer that contract. So shit, I'm rolling with who offered the contract.
Yeah, that's what I would have did. I would have took the opportunity. You don't ever know if you're gonna get another one.
Yeah,
So
I'm rolling with that.
mm-hmm.
So,
and I believe that Top Rank is the only way, like, is the best way to start your young boxing career. If you're trying to build a legacy, you want to sign with Top Rank at first.
I think Top Rank. I think they have to treat their fighters good at some. I don't think it's really no bad name on Top Rank. I think business just business. Because I'm sure Bud wouldn't have signed back with them if they were just bad people. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I don't view Top Rank as what other people do. I think that Top Rank is what it's meant to be. Top Rank recruit the best fighters in the whole world. The PBC recruiting fighters off the street, kids coming out of foster homes and shit that they hear word of mouth done spar with guys. That ain't the same shit as recruiting guys out the Olympics. Don't. That's something I respect about Spence. He competed in the Olympics. These other dudes, Deshaun Porter, he ain't no Olympian. He ain't no Olympian. Is Danny Garcia Olympian? No. These fools not Olympians. That's probably why Sean Porter can't shadow box and why he don't really have fundamentals.
Yeah.
He ain't faced every style like that. He fought every big name fighter on the PBC.
But at the same time, back on this Manny Pacquiao topic, man, I'm happy that he got this belt. You know what I'm saying?
That he at least got his real belt. Shit.
I actually wanted to see Spence fight Hughes because I felt that Hughes, not felt, but I know that Hughes is a big, strong welterweight just like him. But, now that he's going against legendary Manny Pacquiao and his fighting style, I'm more comfortable and I feel more better and see him losing even more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't have anything besides, the fact that Spence won't give us the fight. So I'm not a hater of his. I'm very happy he's a successful black man. He get money. But when it comes to sport of boxing, he just pisses me off. He won't give us what we want. So I'm hoping that he loses the titles and hopefully Manny Pacquiao will step up to the plate and fight Manny.
Now you see what I'm saying? You do hope that he lose the fight and that the fight happen by all means.
I do.
Hell yeah. Like one thing I'll say about that fight, Pacquiao and Errol Spence, this is Errol Spence's first real fight to me.
But once again, that's not why I'm predicting him to lose.
No. I just feel like this is the first fight where if he beat this guy, beat Pacquiao, I'm gonna be like, all right, Spence is really great.
You gonna have to bow. I'm gonna have to bow down.
I'm gonna have to say he's great.
I'm gonna have to bow down.
That I
No
will
problem
say.
with that.
Yeah, it's nothing wrong with that. But that
If
still
this was,
don't mean you could beat Bud.
if this was Hughes, I'll still be going for Spence. But because it's Manny Pacquiao, I just feel more comfortable. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like, oh, it's Manny. You know what I'm saying?
It's a formidable opponent.
It's
Somebody you can't deny.
Manny.
Now he fighting somebody. You know what I mean? He ain't no Danny Garcia. I didn't like that fight. Even though he signed whatever he did to say, oh, I was supposed to fight him already or whatever.
Let me tell you about Mr. Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia is a smart man and who invested his money. Danny Garcia don't really give a fuck about boxing no more.
You could tell.
He don't care about no damn boxing no more.
He not passionate. He passionate about getting to the money. I'm not a fan of Danny Garcia.
If Danny Garcia was still into boxing, he would drop down to 140. That's
But
what he's supposed to be.
it's some problems down there. He might run into Josh Taylor or something.
Regis Prograis.
There's problems down there.
I want to see they rematch Prograis versus Regis. I mean Regis Prograis versus Josh Taylor. That got to happen, man. That has to happen.
I don't know. I got my own opinion about that fight. I feel like it's gonna go somewhat similar, if not worse. I like Josh Taylor. I like him.
Boneyard. You know, you've been rocking with me for years, bro. But Boneyard, how is PBC greater than Top Rank? Top Rank give us free fights.
Man, Top Rank been putting on the best fights for
They've been
years
giving
and
us
years
good
and years.
fights for free.
For free.
These BS
Lomachenko,
fights.
T.O.
Come on, man. Be real, bro. Be real. For free.
He like paying $75 to watch
So
the fight.
you probably got the money. I'm sorry. Thank you, Boneyard, for the donation. I'm sorry, I ain't got a donation in a long time.
I mean, I can't compare Jamel Charlo and the other guy he just fought before. What was the guy's name? Rosario to Lomachenko Tio. That fight was whack.
Man.
Compared to the two, man, we had some good fights. Every fight I watch, anyway fight, I'll be on the edge of my seat.
Anyway,
I like him, man. He cold.
He on
something. He cold. He too cold.
Whatever it is. I'm not taking away from his talent. I'm not saying that this boy cannot fight. He's a hell of a fighter.
You feel like he too.
No, it's just logic. You can't move up in weight classes like that and just be knocking everybody out.
Man, he stopped that last dude.
Well, he didn't went up 2 or 3 yet. I think he didn't went up 2, and he didn't knock out everything.
More than that. Well, he more than that.
Besides Nonito Donaire, shout out to Nonito. I love Nonito Donaire. He a hell of a fighter. Nonito is a real boxer, man. He a real fighter.
He stay in shape, and I know one thing. He stay enrolled in that beta testing. He one of the leading boxers.
He old school.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a damn who they is or what you talking about. They offer him to fight. Nonito gonna get in there with him. Man. Shout out to Nonito. Y'all heard that Chris Eubank Jr. brother recently passed?
What'd you say, bro?
Chris Eubank brother recently passed away.
Yeah, I seen that. I seen that post. I never really seen him fight. Never knew Eubanks I never knew it was a brother.
Yeah.
Like I said, I started watching boxing like around Pacquiao, Jeff Horn. That's when I got into boxing.
You know, I wonder how much do fighters have to pay in sanctioning fees for titles? I wonder what's the price for having to pay a sanctioning fee?
That's a good question.
I think it's real, messed up that they have to even pay it.
Because they already get taxed and everything else, and them taxes be steep. I don't know. The boxing game, it's not just boxing. That's anything where you sign in a contract. Where you in basketball, any sport, that money don't really be what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, but I wouldn't want it. A lot of people say they want them to be taken over by the government and this and that, but I wouldn't. It's gonna be even worse. I mean, just look at the NBA, how the NBA changed from, like damn near prison ball to now it's sissy ball.
Yeah.
You holler at somebody, you got a foul. So I wouldn't like any other corporation, government, or anything to come in and take over boxing because it's doing bad enough by itself.
I don't think that they should, but I do think that boxing should take some notes from these other sports as far as like building a union and stuff like that, like having some regulations. Since boxing don't have none, it's all individual. Like it's crazy. Boxing is crazy. I don't know. I'm new to the sport, but I ain't never knew no shit like this.
Hold on, Data Boy on here says Spence is at 152. How you know that? Data Boy, come on the channel. I'm finna send a link.
No way he don't weigh
like
that.
I want to hit. Oh, he in Las Vegas. That's what he going. Just fucking with you, Data Boy. But that's what he gonna say. I'm out here in Las Vegas. You know what I'm saying?
No way.
I see the boy Spence. You know what I'm saying? Man, that
Hey,
boy.
I'll say this: he don't look fat.
That boy 159, 158. Right now.
He'll get down to 147, but he gonna be right back 159, 160 the night of the fight. That's what's happening.
I'm telling you, man. Oh man, I'm telling y'all. Man, Pacquiao gonna be jumping around the ring.
Shit, he better be shit.
Errol Spence gonna be looking like wait. Everybody, the thing that people are counting on with Errol is that jab. Like I said before, what fighter that was bigger, shorter, whatever, stopped Manny Pacquiao coming in with a jab. If they had a longer reach or not, it never stopped Manny Pacquiao. He's gonna find a way to get in there.
Manny Pacquiao ain't Sean Porter or Danny Garcia. They don't know. They don't get it. I've been watching Manny Pacquiao fights all week. Shit.
The thing is, the left hand, the straight left hand, it's gonna kind of be out of the picture with this fight. I see Manny Pacquiao coming over Errol Spence's jab, or either jumping to the right on. He's so fast and shit. He gonna jump to the right on Errol Spence. Go straight in his center line. He gonna jump in, but he gonna jump around to Errol Spence's center line, and then they throw them flurries. And I'm telling y'all.
I'm telling you right now, bro. I see Manny Pacquiao getting him with the speed. Spence not ready for the speed and how Manny can close distance. Manny Pacquiao can leap like fucking 5 feet across the ring.
Man, look at them calf muscles. They look like, I told you, they look like grapefruits.
Man, and his punches is like bricks. So like them punches, man, he be putting that shit on. Manny Pacquiao ain't normal.
Man, I'm telling y'all, that testing ain't gonna mean nothing, people. Floyd Mayweather tested him too. He knocked Floyd ass to the back of the rope with a straight left hand. He gonna get in there, man. I just, like I said, shout out to Spence. You a hell of a fighter, but bro, I don't want you with them belts because you ain't gonna fight Terrence Crawford, bro.
He gonna drop him.
I know you're not. So you got to go and get out the way and let this happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't think that Spence, if he wanted to fight Bud, he wouldn't have said the shit he said on Barbershop. He wouldn't have said, I'm a check him out, go across the street, and if they ain't talking about nothing. No, he would say, I'm going to get the belts, and then he going to have to fight me. That's what he would have said. He ain't say nothing of the sort.
Yeah. Thank you, Danny, for the donation. I truly appreciate you. Also, y'all, I got to tell y'all this, too. I just created my new channel today. Is Easy Work Boxing, too. I'm going to put this video up on there, too. So if you see this video up under another name, it's going to be me. But I'm trying to get that channel started as well so my views can go up. because this channel is based off entertainment. I made a mistake when I first made it, so I'm trying to get all that right. But I still have Too Real for TV. That's for my other videos where talk my shit or whatever. So y'all check out that.
I'm gonna for sure go over there and sub up.
Appreciate you. What you say, Danny? He going to be throwing fury of punches. Yeah, he gonna be throwing a whole bunch of punches. I think it's gonna be the later rounds that gonna make the difference in that fight. I think at the beginning of the fight, Manny Pacquiao gonna be Manny Pacquiao, but I think Spence gonna be Spence, and Spence gonna try to box and use that jab. And I think Manny Pacquiao in the later rounds, that's when we gonna see the real deal fight. I think Spence gonna come out of that shell, and Spence gonna start,
we gonna see that grit come out of Manny Pacquiao. That Manny Pacquiao grit. That's what I got a feeling that people think that Manny Pacquiao gonna tire out and get knocked out, but I think we gonna see that Pacquiao that they think is on steroids that won't get knocked out.
I'm telling you, look, and like we was talking about steroids, all fighters on steroids in my opinion. Y'all think this man been out for 2 years and he ain't took nothing, and he come back and he picked the biggest goddamn welterweight out there, the number one welterweight, Errol Spence. You think he ain't took nothing?
Shit.
Man, Pacquiao been coming out clean as hell, but he was taking all that shit in the off season. How much you want to bet, bro?
I could see it because I don't understand how Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather and all these guys can maintain their weight at their age for so long. That's crazy to me. That's not normal. You don't see nobody walking around like that. Just do that.
A 2-year layoff, and he decides to come back and pick Errol Spence, y'all. Errol Spence, come on now.
I don't think the layoff mean nothing. I just don't. I don't think it mean nothing.
It don't. We seen Floyd take the same amount of time, and look when he came back what he did to Marquez. That was one of his best performances after 2 years.
Motherfuckers better go look at George Foreman and Michael Moore.
Manny Pacquiao been boxing since he was 12. That's 30 years of boxing. You think you think Pete Russ got anything to do with him?
Shit.
Floyd came out the cradle boxing. Did you see Ring Russ have anything to do with him?
Man, when you roll out the bed shadow boxing like he do, like that, and hitting the bag 15 times in 2, man, that don't make no fucking sense. It ain't nobody that fast hitting nobody with punches that they can't see like that, like Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao is something different. Them punches that he gonna be throwing at Spence ain't gonna be able to see. My question is, can Manny Pacquiao stay bouncing and keep enough endurance to stay off them fucking ropes where Spence want him to be? And then can he keep Spence off him where he can't control his head with that jab? Because that's where Spence a monster. He control your head with that jab and blinds you and fucking back you down on the ropes and use wrestling with his head. That head, when he lean on people with his head, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that's when Spence, in the center of
man, that's when Spence is hurting you. That's when he's hurting
Manny, that's a good point you just brought up, though. That's a real good point. I hope Manny don't get caught up on the ropes. He shouldn't. He should know. He understands that Spence is bigger than him. So I'm sure.
Is Manny Pacquiao skilled enough to turn him every time? You feel me? That's the question.
I wouldn't say. I don't know. I never really seen Manny Pacquiao turn an opponent.
Right? That's what I'm thinking about. I never really seen Manny Pacquiao turning fighters because people don't back him down, right?
But he's so elusive in his footwork. That's one. I always really have seen him get out of that situation by off movement.
It don't get to that point.
Yeah, So I guess that's why we never seen it.
That's why we can't see Errol Spence backing Manny Pacquiao down.
I think that's his best chance. No, well, really, no. See, this is the thing about it. Either way it goes with Manny fighting Spence, whether Spence tries to fight off the back foot, Manny gonna get in there on him. What Spence stands in front of him, Manny gonna get in there on him. So that's why I'm really going for Manny, because I don't see too much that Errol can do. I don't see too many straight left hands from Errol because he's not fighting an orthodox fighter. He's fighting a southpaw. Manny Pacquiao gonna be towards his weak hand, which is his right. Well, which is his right hand. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's where it sparks a level of concern with me, because I know that Spence, he's not no slick fighter, but in the art of putting somebody in a position to knock you out cold, like with one punch, Spence has that. And I think that he could potentially do that to Manny Pacquiao like Marquez did. Not the same punch, because he's not that type of fighter, but Spence could set Pacquiao up.
If he boxes him.
Mm-hmm. If he fights him like Sean Porter, like he did with Sean Porter, and Manny Pacquiao can't hold up to it, Manny Pacquiao can go to sleep.
If he boxes him, he has a way better chance. That long jab, but Spence doesn't move like that.
No.
Everybody know that. Everybody knows Spence does not.
I've never seen him really fight on the back foot.
So you know what's going to happen. They're going to be right in front of him.
He did against Sean Porter. When Sean Porter was coming after him, really on him, like coming after him with the fire in like them third and through fifth rounds, Spence was on that back foot because Sean Porter was coming with heat. That's another fight I just recently watched again. Sean Porter had Spence kind of retreating a little bit and using his defense.
No, Sean Porter. If Sean Porter had skills and still had it, let's say he was a Brian Castano.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Or had the skills like that, that would have been a different fight.
Oh yeah, Brian Castano got the recipe.
Man, I think he's gonna take it from Jamal.
I think he is too.
Jamil.
I think he is too. I don't even think. I hate to bring the conspiracy shit in because I know you don't do that shit, but I don't think that the powers in boxing mean for Jermell Charlo to be that level of a champion. I think that they gonna motion him up out of that.
Motion who?
Jermell. I don't think he's gonna be the lineal or the rebuilt champion after this.
See, one thing I know about Jamel, y'all got to remember this, and it's just me off factual shit that happened with Jamel. Y'all got to remember, Jermell Charlo is the same fighter that cried when he lost the title. He fucking cried in front of everybody. And he was talking, he said, I don't even like to lose PlayStation games because I don't like to lose. Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
So when they're going to get tough, especially against a fighter who can box and have the aggressive style of a Castano, I think that in the later rounds, you're going to see the will get broken of Jermell Charlo. That's what I think.
Jermell Charlo struggled against boxers. That's all I can say.
Thank you. And Castano can box. He can go to war with you. He can fight you from the out. This dude had a draw with Arislandi Laura. Laura, baby. He had a draw with him. Come on now.
I ain't been around boxing that long. I don't know if we count the amateurs, but he did beat the boy Spence. I would like to try to find that fight. I want to see how he beat Spence.
Yeah, I would like to see it, but I don't like to mention that because the first thing somebody gonna say is that was the amateurs. I don't
give a shit. A fight is a fight.
It doesn't matter. That was in the amateurs.
Nah, I want to see the skill, and that's it. I don't want to hear what they got to say about that.
I know one thing. Since they supposed to be brothers, he better be calling him trying to give him pointers. Oh, but he can't give him pointers because he got beat up by him too, huh?
See? Man, I'm really wanting to see that fight now.
Man, yeah, I got 10 minutes left, man. I've been on for an hour, man. I just had to get on here. I kind of felt bad about that Manny Pacquiao situation. That was very wrong. I was happy that Yuga's got a title, but then when you go back and you think about it, like, come on, man, y'all can't do the man like that.
I feel bad for Yugas because they played him.
Yeah, they used him.
He didn't even have the belt long enough to defend it. I feel bad for Yugas.
They used him.
Manny Pacquiao don't need the belt. Not to be, Manny Pacquiao don't need the belt to be great or to build his stock or anything like that. He's great without it. I feel bad for Yugas.
They used him. They got him, but
that could have helped propel Yugas to the next level of stardom. Now he might not get that shot unless he could beat Keith Thurman.
Yeah, we was gonna get the Spence fight. I mean him versus Spence.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping they get let Yugas either keep the belt and fight Thurman. That way that Spence gotta fight Thurman. Spence don't want to fight Thurman. Why? Bitch ass fool. He a bitch, bro, because he know that Thurman can fight.
Yeah, he know that for sure.
Thurman ain't Porter.
Thurman
beat Porter. Like
Garcia. Matter of fact, yeah. Them two is the fight though. Both of them.
That's the fight.
Garcia.
That's the fight for Spence right there. If he don't want to fight Bud, he need to fight Thurman.
I think Bud and Keith is the best fight at 147. Me personally.
I think Bud and Boots is. I think that's the most skilled, the highest, the clamoring fight that would have me clamoring. I don't know if I'll ever see it.
Yeah, both of them can switch stances. That'll be a good fight.
Both got the dog. I think that Bud will still beat him because I don't think that he got all the it's levels to it.
Boots got to earn his way though.
I think that Boots can get dudes out of there, and he athletic and everything. He got a lot of the attributes that Bud got, but Boots is still learning how to hurt dudes. I don't know. I was trying to explain the shit to my girl. I was like, see, he's still trying to learn how to hurt dudes. Bud know exactly how to hurt them.
Bud know how to set you up and see openness.
Like, I don't know how to explain shit. I just know what I see.
Man.
Because if Boots knew how to hurt a motherfucker, he would have got Lipinets up out of there. I was still impressed. But Lipinets was catching him. I know he was rolling with the shit, but Lipinets was catching him.
I wasn't impressed with him beating Lipinets. He did a great job.
I think he fucked him up real bad. He turned it up on him.
He did a good job, but I feel like right now him and Virgil Ortiz calling out, a lot. Those two need to fight each other and be the number one. Number one.
That would make them legit. To me,
then the winner of that fight should be the guy that calls out Terrence, Keith Thurman and stuff.
Yeah, you're right about that Lipinets fight because Lipinets, like I said, was giving it to him. And he just shouldn't have got caught like that. But he tried to be, in my opinion, a little bit of sweet pea too much. He need to fucking keep his hands up.
Boots
be dropping his hands.
I got a fighter that I would love to see both of them probably fight. Zito Lopez.
Yeah.
If they can run through Zito, then I'll be like, okay, they the real deal.
Hell yeah. If them dudes get to fighting each other, that'll be exciting in itself.
Zito Lopez, that's the fight.
Yeah, Jose Cito, he'll beat somebody's ass too. I seen what he did to Thurman and that other dude he just fought last on somebody undercard. I forgot who it was. Yeah, but when he fought that last guy, he fucked him up bad too.
I knew somebody was gonna come in and say the amateur different than the pro. Didn't I tell you?
I just don't want to hear it. I don't listen to these dudes because I already know how dudes is on the YouTube. So I'm gonna believe my opinion. You already see. I say my opinion. That's it.
If Errol Spence would have beat Castano in the pros, people wouldn't be saying that shit. I mean, in the amateur.
Let's see if when Earl move up.
Be saying that shit.
Let's see if when Earl move up. If Jermell lose, let's see if Earl ready to fight the dude thing.
They'll be like, oh man, You know what I'm saying?
Castano not no star. He ain't
Yeah,
got to fight him. He ain't sold no pay-per-views. Ain't nobody came and seen him fight. That's what they gonna say. Some
he
hoe
lost
ass
to Errol
shit.
Spence in them amateurs.
They gonna say some hoe ass shit. That's funny.
Oh yeah, they gonna go to the money, who a pay-per-view star and who numbers, and Errol Spence been on pay-per-view. Has Castano be on pay-per-view?
Errol Spence been on pay-per-view for years. He sold 900,000 buys. Yeah, in like fucking 4 or 5 fights.
Yeah,
Shit, he ain't did that shit in one fight.
I think he probably like 900,000 at the most, 800, somewhere in that area.
Man, Spence
touched the million.
ain't in the top 100 pay-per-view record sales. He ain't in the top 400. He ain't no pay-per-view star. He just be on pay-per-view all the time because every fighter that PBC want to protect, they put you on pay-per-view every fight so you could duck everybody. That's some hoe ass shit to me.
With that number shit.
That number shit, when they get into that, that's some hoe ass shit. They got it from Floyd.
I've been on pay-per-view. He's not.
That man with 27 WBC belts.
You know what I'm saying?
I know you think that Floyd is a great, but shit, you got to have an alter ego sometimes. Shit, I'm just
I know.
opinion.
Yeah, I mean, everybody. I think that Floyd is the best, not because of the titles and everything. Yeah, he wasn't undisputed. I know and I understand that, which is the most biggest accomplishment in boxing. But his skills, his smartness, and what all he's accomplished, record-breaking shit in boxing is why I say he the greatest. It's not about the fact, you know what I'm saying? If it came down to undisputed, then I have to put him out of there. If somebody said who's the greatest undisputed, Floyd don't belong nowhere in there.
Now, I know it sounds like I hate Floyd, but I want to clarify that when I watch Floyd, he's the greatest fighter that I ever seen, skill-wise. I want to just clear that up.
That's how I feel.
I'll clear that up. When I see him, I'm in awe.
I'm like, how the fuck can this dude do this? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I was in awe of watching Floyd fight Logan Paul.
You
I
are?
was like, damn, he still got it.
He still got it.
That's what I was saying. Like, Logan Paul, he put on a boxing clinic on Logan Paul.
He still got it. Floyd Mayweather still got it, man. I don't care
but Floyd a bitch ass nigga to me. Don't try to tell me that he's the GOAT or nothing. I mean, you could tell me, but shit, I might just be like, all right.
Hey, you know, everybody have a right to their opinion, man. I can't be mad at it.
I like Muhammad Ali. I like, Sonny Liston. I like them type of guys. Like the guys that was really hard.
Yeah. I feel you. Well, y'all, bro, thank you. Kush, the greatest, man. I'm at the peak of the video, man. Thank y'all for tuning in to the show. It's time for me to get off, man. I thank y'all for tuning in, everybody. I thank everybody who donated to the channel. I truly appreciate that. Like I said, I ain't got donated to it in a long time. And I truly appreciate that, man. And Kush, thank you for coming on, talking with me.
Hell yeah, bro. It's always fun, bro.
No bias talk. Just pure boxing talk on this channel, man. This Easy Work Boxing. I'm out.
All right.